Welcome as Derby County announced the signing of Oscar Fraulo. What a signing this could end up proving to be. What a deal this could be for Derby County as we look towards, obviously we look towards the summer a little bit. We also look towards what's happened in other transfer windows, and we look towards the start of the January window. Now we are on the 2nd, we've already made 2 permanent deals and we're certainly heading in the right direction. Now there's obviously still moves that need to be made by Derby County over the course of this transfer window, whether that be players moving on, other players coming in. There's still a lot of work to do, but as of about 5 or 6 minutes ago, Derby County did announce the deal for not Dion Sanderson, for Oscar Fraulo. They did it in a great way as well, to be honest, and I am delighted about this deal. I think it's a very, very good signing for Derby. So we're going to get through that in a minute. Wait, what the hell? We announced it. Yes, we did. What a win yesterday. Yeah, it was a great one. How you doing, Kai, bro? How you doing, Monty? Hope you're both okay. Welcome in, Archie. Fraulo is in. How do we feel? I'm buzzing. Wait, Lewis, did you only know me because of my comment or no? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. But Oscar Fraulo is a Derby County player. He's a Derby County player until the summer of 2029. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this one does develop over the course of the next few months. Shall we take a look at everything we've got from Derby County in this terms of this deal? So let's head on over to the other screen. And here we go then. So Derby County have announced... Hang on, I think my face is going to be in the way. Let me do this one. Right, so here we go. Derby County have announced Oscar Fraulo, Danish midfielder. We'll go through the fees, reported fees and stuff like that in a moment. Welcome in, Kai. Welcome in, Tom. How you doing? You saw Darren yesterday. Loved that. Right, so this is what is coming from Derby. The 22-year-old has joined from Germany. Top flight side Borussia Mönchengladbach for an undisclosed fee. Fraulo has signed a contract with Derby which runs until the summer of 2029, which is a 3.5-year deal. Very, very, very good deal, in my opinion. The central midfielder has been a regular in Denmark's international youth squads over recent years, notably recording 23 caps at under 21 level for his country. He initially started his career at FC Midtjylland and made his debut in UEFA Champions League qualifying at the age of 17 before going on to make his league debut. And then it goes on to discuss a lot about Oscar Fraulo and the future that he has over the course of the next few months. Now, let's discuss this and let's discuss the situation with Oscar Fraulo, the rumoured fees and all things like that. Because a couple of people have asked about Oscar Fraulo, the fee and all things like that. So if we go to about 12 months ago, Derby County had a fee agreed with Borussia Mönchengladbach for around £3.5 million. That deal never went through due to the loan clauses that he has with FC Utrecht. There was an optional buy clause in there, which meant that Utrecht would have to agree to Borussia Mönchengladbach pulling him away. Now, over the course of the last couple of weeks, obviously that interest was reignited. We did attempt to make a deal in the summer, but ultimately nothing came to fruition. Then obviously heading into this window, there's been a lot of fees bandied about. There's been £1 million, there's been £1.5 million, more recently 300 to 400k. Now, from what I am led to believe, based on what is being reported by like local media and things like that, there is a 300 to 400k fee, cross-border fee, which has been reported by Dom Dietrich. Blake, everything I'm discussing is public knowledge. It's been posted by Derby County's local media. So I'm not acting like I know everything. You can go and find this information if you want, bro. So if you're not happy, fuck off. Cheers, bro. But as I'm saying, the fee, according to Dom Dietrich, is within the region of £300,000 to £400,000 for cross-border compensation. The expectation is that it'll end up going up to around £1 million, but we'll wait and see sort of how that goes. Glad Rooney's gone back to you. He was shit for us. Fair play, it happens. Needs to play in the B team this weekend for fitness. Yeah, he probably will play a couple of games in the B team and stuff like that. He's not actually played that many minutes over the course of this season. I think he's only played about 40 minutes for Borussia Mönchengladbach over the course of this year, which isn't necessarily an issue. I think he's a good player, Louis. There's a highlights package in one of the videos that I posted over on the Derby Digest channel talking about. In fact, I think it's in both of the videos. So if you want to go and have a look at how good he is, there's edits of his ability in those videos. So we can get to that in a minute. On the Derby Digest, you just posted, I commented. No, I'd already seen it, bro. Will he be ready for Wrexham? No, I wouldn't expect him to be. He's coming across a bit shy in the interview. That doesn't surprise me. Go on, Monty, son. Why is Rooney back from Barnsley? I thought he was there till the end of the season. Yeah, well, he's not really been playing, so... of course, he's going to look on a highlight reel, you flit. Well, the thing is... yes, you can look good on a highlight reel, but you can only look good on a highlight reel if you put those actions into perspective on the football pitch. So, Hudson, the rumoured fee is £300,000 to £400,000 for cross-border compensation, and then there's reports suggesting it could go up to £1 million, but I'm not entirely sure. Why are we talking about whether he's good enough? None of us have ever seen him play. I've actually watched him a few times myself, Ben, since we were linked with him last January. I watched him a couple of times for FC Utrecht. He's not really had that many minutes this season for Borussia Mönchengladbach, so I haven't really been able to watch him there, with him only playing 40 minutes this season. So I have watched him play a couple of times. He looks pretty decent, but obviously it's going to take a while to sort of get himself back up to match sharpness to be able to play. Who do you think finished higher, Stoke or Derby? Probably Stoke. Oscar Fraulo and Kenzo midfield would be incredible. We'll see. Is he an attacking / ball carrying midfielder? Have you managed to get an understanding of his profile? He is more of a... he gives me very much George Thorne vibes. Sits a little bit deeper, tries to dictate the play. He's very good at using his body. He's about 3 or 4 inches taller than Kenzo. He's about 5'11", I believe. But I think he'll be... I think he'll be good. Will he be key for a playoff push? I don't think we'll get playoffs this year, to be completely honest. He needs to offer creativity in the midfield. I assume that's the way this is going. Sorry, but any news about Darren? I've heard nothing as of right now, bro. How much is he signed for? The rumour is 300 to 400k as 300 to 400k is like an upfront fee for cross-border, and then after that we're probably looking within the region of up to about £1 million. Is that a sign that Ibu is going? Potentially. Eustace said that he's one for the future. Well, at 22, he's going to be one for the future because he can play for another 10, 15 years. But we're going to have to wait and see sort of how he gets into the team. I personally don't think Eustace fancies him as much as the club do. But if you look at Adjimang at club signing, Max Johnston club signing, Carlton Morris I think was a club signing. So I think he'll be fine. Adjimang should be on the wing, looks clueless up top, completely agree. Any idea on the likelihood of Bobby Clark to Celtic? Not heard nothing since about October on that. Oscar Fraulo is a Ram, yes he is. Is he in the squad then, or have we got to get... he'll probably be in the squad, but he won't be registered until later on in January. Any chance of Bobby Derby on permanent? Potentially. There's supposed to be a fee of around £5 million as an option at the end of the loan deal, but we'll wait and see. How long until he will play? I would imagine it'll be end of January. I'd probably be looking towards, is it Charlton we've got on the 17th, 18th? I'd probably be looking around that sort of period. Getting Derby Town, can I catch Cov now? Fair enough. Did you know about this Oscar? Yeah, I've got a couple of videos already out about him, Kaylee, over on the Derby Digest channel. If he's anything like George Thorne, then this is a steal, fingers crossed, as long as he's not as injury prone. Completely agree. Yes, he has been confirmed, Jacob. Gutted, couldn't make the game yesterday. Season ticket holder, I am as well. No buses or anything. Fair enough. Who has signed for Derby? Oscar Fraulo. 5 mils a lot for Bobby. Depends if Klaus wants to spend 5 million. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Any major rumours with anybody else? So the latest links are to do with Jack Diamond, Oladapo Afalan, former Bolton player. There's a few sort of things bubbling on behind the scenes, but we'll wait and see. Are we linked to a striker? At the moment, there is a striker. I think he plays in Romania at the moment. I think his name's Rayfu something that we've been linked to. But I think they want about £6 million for us. Yeah, left back George Bello. That's another rumour that's going around. He's around £1.5 million in value based on reports. Hopefully he'll fit in nicely. We'll be gutted about Ibu though. I'm very sort of hit and miss with you, but who is Diamond? Jack Diamond from Stockport. There is a video on the Derby Digest channel if you do want to go and check that out. If you want to go and check that out after this. This is a free, no Jack. There is a fee involved in this deal. I believe it's about £300 to £400 as a cross-border compensation. And then the suggestion is that it will rise up to £1 million, but I'm not entirely sure. Has he joined Derby? Yes. Need a left back? Yes, we do. I like the model of signing players in the foreign market. We signed so many championship flocks. Agree. Was Diaz any good when he came on yesterday? I thought so, yeah. Any left back rumours? George Bello from LASK over in Austria. Saw Jack Diamond play for Carlisle a few years ago. He was okay, no in the championship level. That's my opinion as well, bro. What number is he? I don't think it's been put out. Let me see if there's a picture of him. Let's see if there's a picture of him with a shirt. What is his name? Who we've just signed, Oscar Fraulo. Our next signing will be on the 7th. We'll wait and see. We've just got to be careful with the signings that we make. There is no number at the moment. I'm happy with this signing personally. I think he's a very, very good central midfielder. Now, the big thing that's sort of popping up in my mind is the situation in regards to Kenzo, who we bought in last year. Obviously, Kenzo cost around a similar fee. And he had a really good start and then sort of disappeared and couldn't perform to the same level. Obviously now back at Go Ahead Eagles on loan. So it'll be interesting to see. Any rumours of outgoings other than Ibu? Curtis Nelson is one that sort of, it seems to be popping up but disappearing. And obviously wasn't in the squad on yesterday. In terms of Caden Jackson, he's supposed to be going to... I think it's Lincoln City, I think is the rumour on that one. Is Joe Rothwell joining? Not heard anything about that since the initial link came about. What can we expect from him? What sort of midfielder is he? Think George Thorne, but a little bit skinnier. Good on the ball, good at creating up. Like, he is literally sort of your midfield dictator. I think it's the exact sort of midfielder that we need, but he can sort of progress the ball. That's what we need, really. So obviously that is based on like highlights packages and stuff like that, and from bits of games I saw from him last season at FC Utrecht. But it's one of those where we'll have to wait and see once he's fit where he slots in. Diaz is George Bello, the American one. Is he? I don't know that much about Bello. He looks very good going forward, but horrific going back from what I've seen. Jacko Selson, Blackett Taylor, one of that. Yeah, there's potential for those to move out. Who's that Romanian? I think his name's Raifu, Raifu. I can't remember his surname, sorry. I must say, Ajimang should have finished that chance early, quite poor. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he is Scandinavian, isn't he? I didn't realise that, Edits. Nelson was at the game, could see him in the tunnel. Yeah, he was at the game, but it doesn't mean he still won't move, if you know what I mean. When can he start playing? I've heard he has to train for a while. Yeah, he's been put on an individual programme because he's only played 40 minutes this season and he hasn't been involved in a game since, I think it's December 19th, so he's not played for a couple of weeks. So I'm thinking maybe Charlton at earliest, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the bench versus Leeds and give him some minutes. But we'll wait and see. Wouldn't mind a left back. Yeah, me too. Really rate Brewster. Hope this 60-minute curfew isn't a permanent thing. No, I don't think it will be. It's just making sure he gets up to speed. How many transfers do we need in your opinion? 3 more on top of this one. How you doing, Alfie, bro? Is he injured? No, he's not injured. He's just not fit. Bello is like Joe Ward, can put a good ball in the... Yeah, that's what I've seen, to be fair, bro. I seen Robertson at our game yesterday in full Rover stuff. Loved that. Ajimang is only striker I've seen that's 6'4" and holds... Yeah, I agree, Owen. Late December for Fraulo then. Well, he hasn't played since late December. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be in the squad by the end of this month, to be honest. Corinthians want BBD. Yes, they do. How much did he cost? It was, I believe, from what's been reported, £300,000 to £400,000 in... £300 to £400 in cross-border compensation, but could rise up to £1 million. But that's what's been reported by the likes of Dom Dietrich and things like that, so we'll wait and see. Who do you think we need to sign or replace in the squad? I think we probably need another central midfielder, and I think we probably need a left-back and another forward. Someone to replace Morris. Not necessarily replace Morris, but give an extra option in there. He's 22. Forgot it was January already. Ray Fu, Hudson, bro. When's Morris back? End of February, I believe, based on what John Eustace has said and stuff. It's really interesting that this... I didn't hate you, I just hate your team. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. It's very interesting that this sort of deal has happened right now, because I was literally just about to film my preview for the Wrexham game in a couple of days' time and record a transfer update. So it is very, very interesting that we've been able to do this live stream now. I think it's decent. Any news about Bobby Clark on a perm? There's reports suggesting there's a £5 million buy option in his loan. There's a lot of suggestions that comes from Football Manager, but Football Manager is probably one of the most on it games in terms of contracts and clauses and stuff like that. So whether it's real or not, we'll have to wait and see. Go on, Kai, getting the chance in the chat. But I'm happy with this, to be honest with you. I think it's a good move by Derby County. I think it's a good move for Oscar Fraulo as well. You think if we can get him fit and firing, think of the midfield of David Ozo, Oscar Fraulo and Bobby Clark. It could be very, very good. Any other signings today of incoming? Not that I'm aware of. Unreal signing, yeah, very, very good signing. The thing is, we've known this one's been coming for about the last week. It's one of those that has popped up and down every single transfer window for the last year or so. So this one's very much been about. I'm guessing if Fraulo comes in, a midfielder's going yes. And my belief would be that is going to be Ebel Adams. But we will... Yes, Max, that's what I think. So Gus Hamer at the Derby game yesterday. Surely not. Was he not playing for Sheffield United last night? Give me a second. I will blag you on this one, because I'm fairly sure he played for Sheffield United last night and they were at home. Yeah, he came off the bench last night for Sheffield United and they kicked off at 5:30, so he definitely wasn't at the Derby game, with all due respect, bro. What do you think of the game? Decent performance, yes. Well, it wasn't a good performance. We got absolutely slaughtered, but we picked up 30 points, and that's what you need at the end of the day. Bro's just lying for no reason. Exactly. But obviously, there's massive hopes over the course of the next few months that we can get some good players in across January and keep going. You taking care of Jakob? Yeah, we fucking love him, bro. Absolutely unbelievable goalkeeper. Swedish Superman is what I call him. I think we get a lone striker for when Morris to come back. Yeah, probably. Birmingham is interested in me, Ebu for 1.5 or more. Where have you seen that, bro? I'd love to see that report, that link, if you've got it somewhere. Welcome in, Ben. How you doing, bro? What a win, lads. Exactly. Great win. I'd love to see that link to Birmingham. I've not actually seen anything on Ebel Adams apart from I think it was Luton Town was the last link I saw, and there was a Sheffield United link. But we'll wait and see on that one. Live score apparently. Let me go and have a look. Zeta on the go. Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. He literally won us 3 points yesterday. Live score, Ebu Adams, Birmingham City. Let's take a look at this then. Let's see. News. Do I need to search his name? I can't actually sort of see anything about Ebu on their main page. Football. Live score apparently my mate told me. Yeah, it's not popped up on live score on the main page, to be fair, so we'll wait and see. Most boring championship game of the season for us. What? Was it a 0-0 draw? Anyone coming for Zetterstrom starting bids at 30 mil? Yeah, 100%. Thoughts on Fraulo? I think it's a very, very good deal. Good that you got 3 points. Chicago's rivals are Hammarby and their manager was Hammarby's old one. Love that. Ebu leaving this window? Potentially. I seen Ebu was going to one of the Sheffield clubs. I heard Sheffield United. That's something that's been discussed over the course of the last few weeks, but obviously nothing official as of right now. Are Wrexham a good team? When we played them earlier in the season, they were shite, but we was also shite. So the last 10 minutes were honestly so good. That was so exciting. Yeah, it was a good game yesterday. I'm not very confident for Sunday. They score a lot of goals. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not particularly too worried about it, to be honest. I think they're a good team. How much did we pay for Fraulo? 300 to 400,000 pounds in cross-border compensation, up to £1 million, I believe. Diaz is better when he comes off the bench. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was his best game yesterday. Why did everyone draw in the Prem yesterday? That's so weird. Yeah, I know, it's so annoying as well. I came home, did my vlog, and then went and put footy on, and it was probably the worst game of footy I've ever watched in my life. Shittest games, yeah, 100%. Lewis, now you have to sign Fraulo on FM. Yeah, we do. He'll be in the transfer update at the end of January, though. Kiefer Moore's injured, so not as good as they were with him. Yeah, definitely. Champs the best league in the world? Yes, it is. It definitely is. Now, as I was saying a few moments ago, do any of you have anything you want to say in regards to Oscar Fraulo? Because we're here. I want to know how City struggle against Sunderland are actually a really good side, by the way. But if you do have anything you want to ask in regards to Oscar Fraulo, what's coming next for Derby County, drop that in the comments, and then we'll have a discussion about it. But if not, I will be hopping off in a minute because I've got a couple of videos to record. I've got another live stream to do in a little bit as well. So stay tuned for that. Wilson's playing well for Fulham. Yeah, he is. What's his wages? Unsure. That's something that never gets reported, really. But I wouldn't imagine it to be that much, to be honest. Is there any way we get McConnell? Now he's attracting some big clubs in 80. Yeah, he's a central midfielder. He was he at Ajax on loan? I know he was in Holland on loan. He's just gone back to Liverpool. It would have... we're probably interested, but I don't know if it will happen. We're potentially going in for Cody Drummer. We tried to sign him in the summer. They turned down a £1 million bid for him. Liam Rossini's favourite for the Chelsea job. Not surprised. Wages will be high, I reckon. A young, high potential player. Don't know. When will he be fit to play? End of the month, I'd imagine. Don't know how we've had 81 shots and not scored. We've dominated so much. That's cushy shit, bro. Do you think Bello is an upgrade on Elder or more of a backup? I think if we were to get Bello, I think it'd be for the future. I think Elder would stay number one for now. How much was he? Around 400k in cross-border compensation, up to $1 million. What a surprise, signing players not fit. The only reason he's not fit, though, is because we didn't get the deal done in the summer and he's only played 40 minutes since then. Where do you think we need to get players in now and why? Left wing back, probably another centre mid. I'd take another centre back and I'd take a striker or someone who can play those front three positions. Who do you think the next signing will be? Honestly, mate, no idea. Stoke, Hull, Millwall and Charlton want him. Hull are leading. Is he not already Hull's player? Drama. Morning, Stephen. How you doing, bro? Need some up top with Pat. Yeah, I agree. What is cross-border compensation? So, because he's out of contract in the summer, and he's been at, I think he's been at Gladbach since he was like 18, you have to pay a fee. I think it's pretty similar to, like, you know, when like Lee Buchanan went to Werder Bremen, that sort of thing. Happy New Year. Rumoured that 2026 is the year of the Ram. Who knows? Second half of the season, are we going on a title charge? Let's wait and see. Well, yeah, I thought he was at Hull, Ben. Nottingham Forest, better all the way. Yeah, okay. Will Oscar play Sunday? Doubtful. I doubt it. So kind of like Trent, or am I far off? In terms of Bello, he's literally he's essentially Joe Ward, but on the left, in my opinion. From what I've seen of him anyway. Can put a good ball in the box, very good going forwards, but on the defensive end, it's very sort of hit and miss. Where do you think we'll finish in the league? 8th, 9th. That's what I've got in my head. Forest going down. They don't look in a good position, do they? They do not look very good at all at the moment. You bring in Sean Dyche thinking that he's going to get you a fucking European trophy, and what the fuck happens then? They don't, and they're shite. So, went from getting Chuewa on loan and Forner to Clark on loan and signing him. Yeah, exactly. It's a big change. It's a big change. Right, I am going to be jumping on live a little bit later on as well. But for the time being, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to get all my recording done. And then I'm going to stream for a bit. I want to see that academy player, Owen Eames, playing in the FA Cup game. It would be good to see. He sometimes pops in the streams. He never chats, but I've seen his account pop up in the streams a couple of times over the course of the last few weeks. So I wonder if him and Tristan Gill have been chatting some shit, but we will wait and see. Is Oscar Fraulo any good? I believe so. I believe he's got something about him, but we'll wait and see how that goes. Slamir Abramova. What the fuck? Who's that, bro? Who's that? But yeah, we're gonna hop off now. I'm gonna get my recording done. GK potentially joining you. Decent. Gonna hop off now. Get all my recording done and stuff like that. Obviously, if you haven't done so already, head on to the Derby Digest YouTube channel. We posted a video a couple of hours ago about Jack Diamond, who's rumoured to be signing with us. Is Bello coming soon? No idea. We haven't. There's been no reports of bids or anything like that yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But thank you everybody for joining this live. I will be live on this channel, on YouTube, and on TikTok and Twitch. Probably about 2-3 o'clock ish. Playing a bit of GTA, and then I'll be live again this evening for a bit of for another gaming stream. Not decided what I'm playing yet. How you doing, Richard, bro? What do you think of the signing? We're just about to head off, but I'll give you a chance to get your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody over on TikTok, so thank you so much for joining me. How long has he signed for? Until the summer of 2029. Ibu is going. Yeah, it looks that way, bro. It looks that way. But yeah, so thank you everybody for joining the stream on TikTok. I will see you later, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, guys. And then when it comes to YouTube, you can have me for a couple more minutes. You can have me for a couple more minutes as we sort of discuss this situation. What is everybody thinking about? What is everyone thinking about this? Oscar Fraulo not able to play for the next couple of weeks, but I think it's a good. I think we're in a good position with Oscar Fraulo personally. How much money have we spent? So the reports suggest, if you listen to reports anyway, it's 300 to 400k in cross-border compensation, but it could potentially rise to £1 million, similar to the deal in which Lee Buchanan went to Werder Bremen. But obviously, as it stands right now, there's no like outrageously accurate source that we've been given for a fee, and obviously the club won't discuss it either. Great signing for Fraulo, seems a great midfielder. Even must be gone then. Someone in midfield will be going. Someone in midfield will be going, in my opinion. I'm just scrolling Twitter to make sure nothing new has dropped since then, and it doesn't seem to have. So, I thank you all. What were your thoughts on the game yesterday? So it wasn't the end of my matchday vlog, but we'll go through it again. Decent performance in terms of holding on. We definitely got battered. If it wasn't for Zetterstrom, we'd have been 3 or 4 down in the first half. But we took advantage. Pretty much our maybe second or third chance of the game, we put it in the back of the net. Ajimang probably could have had a couple. I think he's quite poor centrally, to be honest. I prefer him off the left. But I thought we did well to hold on. We struggled the first like 10-15 minutes. I thought we really struggled. It felt as if we then put Ibu Adams to like man mark Morgan Whittaker, and I thought that was a much better sort of way to play. But obviously, we will wait and see sort of how that develops with whether Ibu Adams stays or whether he goes, because he is good defensively. Like, I've always been honest about that. He's brilliant defensively. It's just on the ball, he just lacks all composure, and I'm a bit worried when he gets the ball, to be quite honest, but we'll wait and see. Come on, Fraulo. Absolutely crispy, bro. But that is going to be it for me. If you have just joined the stream, we've been live for about half an hour. If you want to hear everything I've had to say, all the comments I've replied to, you can scroll back if you are on YouTube. So make sure you do and check that one out. Do check it out if you want to. Check out the stream. But I'll be back in a couple of hours after I've got all my recording done. I've got a couple of videos to record for the Derby Digest. I've got a couple of videos for F1 and my EFL predictions video, which will be out tomorrow morning. So obviously, if you haven't done so already, hit like, hit comment, and subscribe. But I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. I will see you later.